Hello, y'all. It's 11:47 a.m. in the morning. Excuse me. So, I'm still sleep deprived and tired. Excuse me. I guess I got to get a little so-called nap earlier this morning, like around breakfast time, after I ate my breakfast. And nobody bothered me. Nobody told me nothing. At the cafe. So, thanks to the people who helped. So I was able to get, I was able to have breakfast and, I was able to have breakfast and, get me a couple of, hygiene items, I was a few drops away from completely running out of the rubbing alcohol, And so, excuse me, they force urinated me 5 times this morning. And I was, they forced me to totally like pee on myself like 3 times, and then the other 2 was like partially me, using the bathroom before I could make it to the toilet. They rush out the urine and forced me to have to get it all over the floor, and then I gotta clean off the floor, and like the urine, it got on my underwear, my dress, and my shoes. My shoes are still kind of new, and yeah, they got all in my shoes. But if I could, sanitize and spray my shoes and stuff with the rubbing alcohol, it would deodorize and disinfect and sanitize and everything like that. I'm walking around here smelling like pee, and so I mean, after breakfast and after me getting and I got me a couple of smaller bottles of the soap that I use, So, yeah, I feel bad to walk around smelling bad. So, like, I have under $20 left. Excuse me. So, I mean, if I could get help with a hotel, I could probably, convert my points to a partial discount. And, I could probably get a partial discount, but I would have to pay $50 for the deposit. I mean, as I said, I used the funds earlier for breakfast, and I used it for breakfast and, toiletries. I mean, I used the rubbing alcohol to clean, sanitize, disinfect, deodorize, and I got me a couple of small bottles of the soap that I use. And, so I mean, I don't know how much that would convert to if I were to call up and get, the points. If I were to get more help, and get enough for an actual hotel night and I hate that I have to pay a deposit, you know. And if I could get a well, now maybe I could ask for help for like $150, and that would be like $100 plus the $50 deposit. And as I said, I'm running out of options of the hotels I could go to. So, but but like, yeah. So I mean, me having the funds that I have now, I have enough for dinner, you know. I have enough for dinner. But I could, you know, if I were to get help with that, then maybe I can ask for help for like $130, you know. I don't know. But so yeah, this morning in my live stream chat, I had to keep moving around because it started to get a little colder, you know. It's like if I'm sitting down and I'm not moving, it feels colder than when I'm standing up or walking around, you know. Dang, ants biting me up. So like at the cafe, they had a transgender that took my order, and he was rude to me and had an attitude and rolled his eyes and treated me like I was not welcome. And he had, you know, gave me like about 3/4 of a cup of water. And like he kept, move, this fly's harassing me. He kept, you know, getting an attitude with me. And they had this homeless perp that kept playing musical chairs. I mean, he I don't know if it was a he or a she, perping with a lot of red and playing musical chairs and making me feel nervous, you know. And I felt bad that I couldn't have anything to clean myself with at the time, you know. So every once in a while, if I can have the extras to afford it, sometimes I might, you know, get the rubbing alcohol wipes also. You know, I recently ran out of those, the wipes, and the other wipes that was given to me. They weren't alcohol wipes, but they were other kinds of cleansing wipes. They were given to me, and I had to use up all the wipes when they caused me to force diarrhea. So if I had to be on the streets tonight, it would be 4th night in a row on the streets. Fourth night in a row with pishy and shitty clothes to wear. And if I was still menstruating, it would be bloody too. But the other clothes are bloody. So the socks that the lady gave me yesterday, I tried to wear them, and they the socks, they were very small, and they were ankle socks. They were all black ankle socks that were very small, and they squeezed, and they were so tight that they squeezed worse than regular compression socks. And they were hurting so bad I could have screamed and cried, and my legs are continuing to expand and swell up, you know. So in my live stream chat, I'm urging y'all, please, can y'all please look in the 3 most recent community posts. If y'all looking at this, can you manually go on my channel and look at the 3 most recent community posts? Now, the stalkers are in, I don't know if my twin sister went back to Texas. I didn't know if she went back to Texas. Last I knew, she was somewhere in Georgia. So, I thought my twin sister, she is in cahoots with the stalkers and, threatening me and harassing me, watching my every move and everything. And, the stalkers are advancing towards with their threats of trying to blood sacrifice me. And, like Mickey Michelle, she knows who the the online stalkers that harass me. She knows who they are. And, actually, like, I'm gonna clarify this. I remember when I said all the problems I had at the library, and then she came prepared to perp with the red. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she lied and said she was targeted too. And then, and I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I was like, okay, well, if you not, and you know how they say not every person that wears the color red is a gang stalker. But she tried to she was very subtle and manipulative, like Patricia Jerome, but trying to manipulate and convince me that they were Christian and targeted. But then they both associated, with the sending mixed messages and associated with the occult and witchcraft and New Age and all that, playing both sides, being fake. And, it's like she manipulated for me to feel trapped, and afraid to speak up and say something, trapped and afraid to speak up and say something, But like in the beginning, after the first video, after the first fake interview, excuse me, I saw her communicating with the stalkers and talking bad about me. And when I confronted her about it with email and wondered, what are you doing? And then she tried to gaslight and lie and try to downplay and try to be like, oh no, I don't really think those things about you. I'm just feeding them what they want to hear. And I'm just, I really support you and I'm just feeding them what they want to hear because I'm just doing this for content and engagement. And you don't want to block your haters. You don't want to block because you're blocking your blessings. You block your haters, you block your blessings. She was talking like, about like that. But the video that she did, seemed like as if she reposted my live stream. And then like when you tell the truth about narcissistic abusers and gang stalkers, they pretend to freak out and lie and say you're the one slandering them. So if she knows the same people that stalk and harass me, like she's like still fake friendly and engaging with them, but I should have cut her off long time ago. But I didn't know her that well and didn't know how bad she would be with smear campaigning. She copied off of Monique, Uniquely Made Warrior, about trying to falsely make a fake video talking about that I'm doing like lies and slander when I'm telling the truth. And it seemed like she would fake meet up with me. It seemed like to get get in some perp action and leave me like, upset. When, as I said, if people act, upbeat and nice and everything on videos or whatever, but then behind closed doors, you don't know how that person is. So she was always, like when she would meet up with me, she would dress like a harlot, dress like a whore, and dress skimpy and wearing, wearing like blouses or shirts that it seemed like she wanted to deliberately show a lot of cleavage. Like as if she was thirsty for some so-called attention, So it seems like she's a compulsive liar, just like Patricia Jerome and everybody else. I mean, well, not everybody else, but the rest of the stalking cult. When she was flashing those satanic hand signs at me, I'm like, okay, you did it more than once, and she let me know she's a deceiver. So her videos and her comments towards the perps and that one video where she did trying to make a fool out of me and try to put me out there to look crazy. Excuse me. It's like she told a lot of lies. Like I told y'all how she would treat me like I don't know any better. She would treat me like I'm the child when she's younger than me, and treat me like I don't have common sense. So she went without my approval or permission to make like she's calling around. That's what narcissistic abusers that try to control you. They want to, call around, making like they're calling around for resources. I could do that myself, and I have done it myself. And for her to say that she got connections with a lot of people that work in housing or whatever, you didn't say anything like that before. Excuse me. But as I said, for her to claim to be targeted and always, look like she's living her best life. Now that's the one that's living luxurious and stuff like that, And then she'd be like flashing the satanic hand signs. I don't know about in the videos on live streams because I don't watch them much. But, like in person towards me, she would, flash whatever satanic hand signs casually. As I said, I have done videos, and when I say that someone, showed me a satanic hand sign, and when I show y'all what the satanic hand sign looks like, that the perps used towards me, the online perps will screenshot it and then play sight games and lie and say, oh, look, Candy's flashing devil horns and she's part of us. I told you she was evil, and playing games when I'm just documenting and showing y'all what it looks like when people flash those hand signs. So I don't casually flash around satanic hand signs because I'm part of the cult or whatever, secret society or whatever. But it sounds like Mickey Michelle seemed like she got Masonic connections and illegally rich, living a high life. And for her to keep talking about, oh, I know Candy got issues and, oh, bless her heart, I'm praying for her. It's like she trying to find covert and secret ways to try to being like, oh, she crazy. But it's like, I was not ready for the narcissistic backlash. And that's one of the reasons why I was afraid to speak out. And then for her being from New Orleans and stuff, how New Orleans people, how ignorant, project, ghetto New Orleans people are. So it's like I didn't know what to expect, what she was capable of or susceptible to doing. And then she tried to talk with the satanic stalkers and said, oh yeah, I saw somebody had got candy, I don't remember word for word, but it's in the screenshots of the third most recent community post. And she said something like she tried to do like a face palm emojis and try to talk about that. I don't remember exactly word for word, but she said something about she said it in a mocking way that she feels sorry for me for she tried to say, make it like I won't last long, with trying to walk around with pepper spray, But yeah, I'm gonna give y'all a true example of when she tried to talk to me like a child, like I don't know any better. Like for when my orange backpack was new, and she was like, you better make sure you strap the bottom strap around your waist, and don't you walk around with it without your waist, and you better make sure you support your back, or whatever she was trying to say. And then with the phone case, you better make sure you go to Five Below and you have to get you a phone case or whatever. And I don't remember word for word or exactly how she said it, but all this, trying to dictate my life, trying to order me around, tell me what to do, trying to control me. Narcissistic fake control disguised as help, and she was trying to love bomb and butter me up like Patricia Jerome, but I do not think she knows Patricia, but the tactics was kind of similar to how they were trying to, what people say, groom me, like groom or butter me up or whatever. Hold up, damn, these flies. So of course I didn't know everything right away. It took after a few experiences, and it took a while. So with the emails, she lied and said that she screenshot me telling her that I just did not want to go to a shelter. And that's not true. I kept telling her that about me being wrongfully banned from the shelters, and she tried to tell me that she was Ubering. She tried to tell me she was Ubering, and that there was a lady she dropped off at one of those substance abuse housing or whatever. I said, well, why would you recommend that? I don't even do drugs. And she tried to make it like she was calling up places for me. How about you give me the numbers and let me call? I'm not a child. I'm not a baby. So when she tried to tell me that she showed emails to a friend that works for Unity, I'm like, all these years, Unity has refused to help me. Other homeless people say also that Unity does not help. That's like opening doors in Pensacola, Florida. They were like a fake hypocritian version of Unity, and opening doors blocked my number and refused service to me after I exposed the games that they played. And so I couldn't get help. And so when Mickey Michelle did that about suggesting that I go to drug detox or whatever centers, I'm like, I don't do drugs. I'm not even, she's like, oh, you don't have to do drugs or whatever. But earlier that week, it was a police officer, a sheriff deputy that suggested that I go give fake information suggesting I go stay there. And then these other perps were trying to suggest that, oh, you should go to substance abuse place to live or whatever. And I heard that those places are dangerous, just like the shelters, and you never know what mindset of people who are recovering from drugs and alcohol, you know, you don't know what they're susceptible or capable of doing and stuff, you know. So when I try to tell Mickey about being wrongfully banned from the shelters and stuff, she lied to the satanic cult stalkers and said that she screenshot in the email that I told her that I just didn't want to go to the shelter. But I responded that one of the last responses, and then she went AWOL on me, and I have not heard from her for like over a month. I didn't even confront her. Come on, man, these flies. I didn't confront her or nothing. So, you know, she's trying to gaslight and make me look crazy by trying to talk about, oh, hurt people. You know, it seemed like she could try to practice both Christianity and the occult, New Age, witchcraft, and whatever else all at the same time. You know, for her to upload her videos at 7:11 a.m. in the morning, 9:11 a.m. in the morning, you know, 11:11 a.m. in the morning. Now, she was uploading the videos at 11 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry, 7:11 a.m. in the morning. And then when it came to me, she's changed the time to 9:11 a.m. in the morning, you know. So, that 9/11 emergency, you know, what they use in the occult for emergency or, you know, something bad happening. And when she uploaded the interview for me, she made sure it was like May 16th, the bad number. She knew what she was doing, you know. So for her to, you know, talk about Candy has issues and, oh, she's in cahoots with the stalkers, was saying Candy needs to learn how to help herself and this and that, whatever. And I've caught Mickey trying to make like she never sold her soul, and then trying to talk about that other people sold her soul, and she did too. But then she tried to pretend to me that she's also disabled and getting Social Security checks. But she got 2 Mercedes vehicles to drive around in and all these luxury vacations she could have. And she's like I'm not trying to, you know, but it's like she's very, very like worldly. While worldly and spiritually confused and trying to control and fix me. As I said, like, I feel like she was trying to make a fool out of me with that wig for the court date. And she probably laughed, you know, got me the wigs when at first I told her I really didn't want the wigs. I don't even wear wigs. You know, when they try to control you and try to manipulate you and, you know, trying to rearrange your appearance and try to, you know, manipulate and coerce you to do things that you normally don't do. So, like, it's a lot of different things that made me start to sense. It seemed like she was illegally planted there and pretending that she's Christian and targeted and was trying to be my handler. And it seemed like she was probably trying to lure me into prostitution or sex trafficking or something. I don't know. But at first I told her I didn't want the damn wigs. You know? And then she wanted me to, like, for the court or whatever, it seemed like she got me these slutty looking high heels to wear. I don't even know if she was a witch giving me cursed items. You know. So, yeah, it's like, as I said, like, after the first video, the stalkers found out about the videos being uploaded before I did. And then, you know, and then they started smear campaigning and, you know, bad mouthing and spreading the lies and hate like they usually do. And she was, you know, talking with them, and the way she talked to them, like as if she thought I was fucking crazy. But then when I confronted her about it, she would lie and say that she was just telling them what she think they wanted to hear and that she really support me and stuff. But it seemed like at first she was trying to like do like Patricia Jerome, like donate me money and trying to love bomb and butter me up. But then she tried to handle me like she thinks she's older than me, or like I'm a child. You know, and then she lied to one of the stalkers. I think she lied to fake Marshall Camus, fake Damnesia. And she lied to him and said, oh yeah, I told Candy that I'm not gonna be donating to her every day. She never had that conversation with me. And I never asked her to donate to me. I never directly asked her for anything. Hold up. You know, I would ask, generally speaking, I'm in spit talk. I asked, generally speaking, you know, if anyone in general, you know, could help. And, you know, it seemed like certain people that pretend that they're helping you, it's like either witchcraft or narcissistic control. You know, so, I mean, but I had, for her to treat me like I lack common sense and like I don't know any better. And it was after the stalkers got in her head. You know, because after the second meetup, you know, when we were at the Metairie Library, and that was the first time, like, she treated me with an attitude and acting like she was in a bad mood or whatever. And she tried to lie and pretend like they're trying to sacrifice her, and like she's so heavily targeted. But then and then she was trying to talk about that I try to tell Candy if she's compliant with the program, she could go to a program for 30 days and then get back on her feet and get housing and get this and that. If you know anything, and I don't think she has ever tasted homelessness before. I mean, I don't know her that well, but I don't think she's ever tasted homelessness before. I don't think she's ever tasted jail or the mental institution before. You know, and I really don't think she knows about the targeted individual community like she pretends to. Exploiting targeted individuals and homelessness. I mean, homeless people and targeted individuals, and then laughing and saying, ha ha ha, this is just for content. Making a fool out of people. You know. But that's where she tried to hoodwink me, like Patricia, by pretending that she's being harassed and stalked too. And if you know anything about the targeted individual community, a lot of TIs say stay out of the shelters because of the trafficking. A lot of these shelters are cults, especially the drug programs. They operate like satanic cults pretending to be Christian. Like Celebrate Recovery and 12-step programs, Alcoholics Anonymous, they're cults. And they participate in human trafficking. You know? So I mean, it's like, if you thought I was crazy, why the hell you kept dealing with me? They trying to make like, oh, she trying to make like, oh, Candy's just hurt and she has issues and she could change if she want to. And that's what the stalkers are feeding her. Oh, you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And when the stalkers say Candy needs to learn how to help herself, their version of help is, compliant with the fake satanic mind control MK Ultra mental health system. That's their version of me helping myself, meaning being compliant with taking meds, seeing a psychiatrist, and and letting myself be brainwashed and mind controlled. That's their version of me helping myself. Because all these people been like, well, if you're compliant with medication, that can help you get housing, or if you do this, you can get housing faster. But if I could not last in the shelters because I get mobbed out of there, just like at workplace mobbing, I can't get a shelter, I can't get apartments, I can't have a job, and if I do, it's like they mob me out there within like 5 minutes, or within, if I do last a bit, it'll be like less than a month. And one time, Mickey tried to forcefully order me to delete fake Damnesia's fake harassing comments, and trying to talk about, don't even tell him that you're screenshotting his harassment or whatever. Just delete and block and delete and just ignore him. And one time when they had a bunch of vehicles illegally passing by with one headlight, and I was riding in a car with her, and I would show her, the one headlight, and she would ignore me. And like she would like illegally fake drive around blaring super loud gangster rap, hip hop, whatever music, and like ear splitting blasting loud music, and have the gum and everything else, and had zero respect. I'm like, oh hell no, I would never want to see you in person again or meet up with you ever again. I would, after meeting up with her, she would get some kind of perp action in, whether it was perping with the red, or flashing satanic hand signs, or telling me something that's triggering or upsetting. She acted like the perfect definition of a narcissistic control freak fake friend. And it's like the way she treated me, like, cause she think I was like really mentally slow. But at first, try to pretend to love bomb me and tell me that she think I'm highly intelligent. I've dealt with narcissistic abusers and narcissistic control freak fake friend that tell me that they think I'm highly intelligent, but they think I'm too stupid to know how to, they think I'm too stupid to know how to tie my shoes, or too stupid, to know how to open a door or something, or too stupid to fix myself a glass of water, pour a glass of water, Or I'm too stupid to know the difference between left and right. Like I got stupid written on my forehead. I don't know, like my gut instinct was like Patricia. And like I let Patricia slide and try to give her the benefit of the doubt. Patricia had red car. And she tried to say she was targeted. Okay, I'm like, okay, the car is red, but I don't see one head. I'm like, all right, you're fine. But then, as soon as we got in the car, Patricia started perping and mocking and playing sight games. And before then, Patricia was trying to butter me up and donate me money and everything. Trying to butter me up and love bomb me. Like they got these people that's trying to prey on and exploit poor and homeless, and they got money. And they're trying to sacrifice you to go higher in the cult. So now they try to make like I'm the one that was fake and shady and throw everybody under the bus and do everybody dirty. But as I said, like a lot of times I'm still working on fear, being scared. You know, I'm still working on being scared. Excuse me, because people like Patricia and Miss Samantha, when they, after I exposed the truth about, and Monique too, exposing the truth about them being abusive behind closed doors, you know, they do a fake video and smear campaign and make me look extra crazy, extra stupid, and then I'm canceled and on my own channel, and everybody turn away from me in droves. And like I lose all my support and crying out for help, and while they sit back and laugh and say, ha ha, Candy, you got your karma. That new age karma talk. Like Patricia Jerome, she lied on me, and I could not get support or help for like a whole damn at least between 6 months to almost a year. 6 months to almost a year, I could not get help. You know, so if you were really targeted, you would know that how they sabotage us. And Mickey, she tried to make like she get a Social Security check or SSI check or something like that, and trying to make like they're sabotaging her, and I'm like, she mocking me, playing games, you know. And then she tried to make it like as if she lost a job and that she gonna have to start Ubering now. And it's like all these stories that they tell be fake. I cannot stand fake people. If you got an advantage over me, what you gotta be fake for? And she puts up her Cash App for people to donate when she got 2 Mercedes, an older car and a newer SUV, or I don't know if that SUV was a rental vehicle. But I heard that she owned real estate, or this, you know, sells real estate or something like that, you know. So, and she got these Masonic connections. She's financially doing well. She tried to lie and pretend like she's struggling too, and playing all kinds of mind games. But it had to take 3 years for the truth to come out about Patricia Jerome when my voice was silenced 3 years ago. About 3.5 years ago. And now people are finally starting to wake up. I had I was forced muzzled when talking about my twin sister and the game she plays and the family or whatever. Now people are starting to wake up and listen to me now. If my twin sister and Mickey Michelle, if they're in cahoots, and Patricia Jerome too, in cahoots with the stalking cult criminals, and the stalkers trying to instigate and be extra freaking messy and meddlesome, and they think that, oh, Candy put it up on the internet. Well, there's other people that put other stuff on the internet, but why are you so fucking obsessed with me? Why? Why the hell you fixated on me? Some of y'all, I don't even know y'all. Most of y'all, I don't even know. No, I don't even know y'all. You know, so, and it's like, then I end up losing my support when, you know, and then the stalkers lie and be like, your own behavior is what gets you kicked out of shelters and this and that, when they have online and in-person stalkers that try to set me up. But they do more so online than in person. That if I show a video of here's this gang stalker in the parking lot, such and such, with one headlight, oh, I'm permanently banned from the hotel, like, you know, all Wyndham hotels forever. I'm wrongfully permanently banned from the Super 6 motel in Pensacola that they said it was connected with Motel 6. And so I'm wrongfully permanently banned from all that, you know, for the rest of my life, because I filmed in 2020 a video of a red truck, and I think it had one tail light that was speeding through the parking lot, and he wasn't even a guest there. And he sped through the parking lot and nearly succeeded at running over me. He could have hit me, I could have died. And then he went and ran up to room 233. And he wasn't even a guest there. And like early the next morning, nobody was in there. So Miss Mary from the Super 6 in Pensacola was allowing so much fake gang stalking criminal activity, even if it took for me to get damn near murdered. I'm exposing that I'm about to get killed, and I'm the one who's permanently banned and trespassed forever. I still can't go back there for the rest of my life. And that is the hotel where it was in November 2019. And that was one of the only cheaper hotels motel that I knew of. And what they did was the Indian guy gave me a hotel room with a bed where almost the entire mattress was drenched in blood. And he refused to change the room again. I was in that room 2 nights before that and no blood. Then what happened? Who the hell was it human or animal blood that was drenched over the whole entire bed? And it was like a perfect circular rectangle. Huge circular rectangle shape, and it was like a perfect, like as if someone put like something shaped and then poured some blood on there, you know. And then I was at sleep, I know it was Sweet Dream Inn or something like that, hotel in Pensacola, Florida, and they would put me in hotel rooms where the door lock is broken. And then perps be trying to come into my room and stuff. But the top lock or whatever, secure lock is broken. And they be trying to come into my room. They and good thing they put me in room 233 and then locked the, I was able to lock the door, but someone tried to break into my room. They actually opened the door, but they couldn't get in because I had the top lock. The deadbolt chain or whatever you call it. And I don't know what they were planning to do. And then all the fake housekeepers try to play stupid, and nobody knew how somebody had a key and tried to get into my room. Me documenting and exposing that. You're trespassed from here. You're on a do not rent list. All the wicked psychological freaking games that they play, you know. But if I would have asked for donations for help to get an RV or a van to live in, the stalkers, they sabotage that. To live and work in, you know. But Mickey Michelle has never told me any stories about being workplace mobbed or having this happen to her. Like, she tried to lie and say, oh yeah, I get hit with weapons. Oh, I just get headaches. Dumbass. Like, they're not squeezing your organs and force urinating you. And like the stalkers, the fake TIs, they try to falsely discredit me and try to falsely make it like I'm lying for attention. I got these these black marks that I try to show on my face. It's from the weapons. All on my chin, you know. So, and they would vibrate my body, keep me sleep deprived, make my they would squeeze my organs, you know, and do all kinds of other stuff. I know what I go through. I know what I have to suffer through. They cause me forced urination, forced diarrhea, and think it's funny. And the stalkers even admit what they do, but sometimes they lie and say, none of this is happening to you, you're just imagining things. Like the fake sticky perp try to lie and say that no one is trying to hurt me. And that, oh, you're schizophrenic, go get help. But it seems like Mickey wanted to put me out there to be like, like very embarrassed. She wanted to try to publicly humiliate me and trying to make me out to look crazy and look stupid. You know, when I'm telling y'all, she's kind of like a hood gangster ghetto version of Patricia Jerome. Patricia Jerome's so busy trying to think she's white. You know. So, I mean, it's like, if you're friends with my enemies, or you're friends with the stalkers, you know, and it's like, you huddle together and talk bad about me to them, and while you claim you're a friend and support and always be here to support me forever, but then you playing both sides and being fake and lying. You know, so I thought Michelle got frustrated and thought that, oh, I'm not trying to help you no more because you just making excuses. That's what I thought. That's why I thought that she abruptly cut off all contact with me. But I didn't confront her. I didn't say anything for at least a whole month. And I was recently questioned about it. You know. So, like, I hate that I have to be forced to bite my tongue and certain things I can't say, for my survival. And I hate that. I wish I could just expose everything. Like, they got some fake supporters that just want to narcissistically control you and manipulate you and try to be your handler, and then they're traffickers pretending that they're helping you. Here's a fake perp with Masonic red and black clothing, but I can't expose her. But and when I'm struggling and need help, they mock and laugh. The online stalkers and the fake TIs and stuff, they mock and laugh. It seemed like as if Mickey did like Patricia, like used she used gang stalking to target individuals and probably put witchcraft in order to manipulate and draw a lot of people to her fake channel. You know, and like Patricia Jerome, she did one video about narcissistic abuse that got thousands of likes and views and comments or whatever, and she didn't even show her face. And so it seemed like they're using witchcraft to get, you know, popularity and success and everything, you know. And I don't need to be jealous of that, and I'm not. Every time you expose the truth about wicked satanic sellouts, they try to gaslight and lie and say that you're a jealous hater that wish that you want to be them so bad and that you wish that you had what they had. Or they're laughing, talking about you and nobody and you ain't got shit. You know. Or people talking about, oh, that's why you're homeless and can't get shit. Oh, because you always talking nasty about people. Exposing the truth about being gang stalked and abused and narcissistically abused, that ain't talking nasty about people. I'm documenting what they're doing. So, I wish I could talk longer. But I need any and all the help I could get. I'm still being targeted, and I got more I need to talk about. But my throat is starting to my vocal cords are feeling strained.